Lerna is a place of great beauty, with fertile land perfect for the cultivation of olive trees and grapevines, and a lake filled with plentiful fish. A perfect paradise, except for one tiny little multi.
Oh, another Hydra.
The hideous Hydra stalks the shores of the lake, destroying anything that comes in its path. Only your friend Hercules is strong enough to dispatch this creature. And rumor has it Aphrodite is looking for a hero to help her find some vegetable or fruit or something.
It's a golden apple, I think.
Gods can be so hard to understand.
I can't remember why she needs it, but yeah, that's the one when he has to go to Atlas and he carries the world on his shoulder temporarily, and then he tricks Atlas into taking the world back onto his shoulder, and he comes back with the apple and whatnot. Yeah. So I've got to take out another Hydra, and that means I've got to find 64 amphorae of wines for my drunken friend Hercules. Well, here we are at the mystery town, where nobody knows your name. Nobody knows what's going on. In fact, nothing's happening. So nobody can know your name. There's nobody there to know your name. So we've got some water resources that are not urchins for once. Rejoice! Everybody can dine on fish tonight. This is the lake that they warned about, where the Hydra's probably going to appear. This is where my food resources are. Not food resources, but lots of growers' lodges, grapevines, olive trees. You know. And this is a great big expanse of open space. I have no idea. I can't remember. I'm immediately suspicious of setting up over here, but I'm also immediately suspicious of starting up pretty much anywhere on this map. So I'm just going to have to build and hope for the best. I'm also not sure where the end bit of the road is. Oh, it's over there. We can't do anything with timber, so wood is just a waste of space. Clear that out. And I'm going to build my housing block somewhere over here. I wonder if anyone is watching this right now and going, oh no, it's fallen into the trap. But it's no good now. I mean, there's not much you can do about it. You're just going to have to watch through, what do you call it when you've got eyes over your hand over your eyes, watching on through your hands. As I make a mess of this, what am I doing? There we go. To say I've made this into my trademark housing block, I didn't do very well there. I'll make the road go. Connect up like that. Connect up like that. Oh, nice and close to where the migrants come in. And connect up to there. I think that's a good river crossing spot. No, the game's just teasing. No, wait, it's only saying no because the trees are in the way. There we go. I'm probably wandering into the second part of the trap now. It's probably there's earthquakes over here and Hydra over here. Although if that's the case, I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to develop. And what I might do is have a granary here. I think about having like a secondary granary. So like a granary over here and then a granary over here, but that's probably excessive given the size of the map, which incidentally is very small because it's a colony map as opposed to a main city map. So the state of the world. This is us, Lerna. And everybody trades by walking, including the people at Kaime, which are going all the way up here, all the way over here, all the way up, round, across. I don't know if they've heard, but there's actually some water there as well. across the Bosphorus. I think so, anyway. It's definitely it's a strait in EU4. That usually implies that you can only cross it with a pontoon. And if you've got a pontoon, you may as well try and make your way across here. And again, trying to sail across the Cyclades into Crete in a pontoon. On a pontoon? Probably not feasible. I'll just not comment on it. Let them do their own thing. And just get on with the business of setting up an agora. For all I know, this is all moot. Though if that's the case, we'll have to do this video again, and there will be 8 videos for this adventure. I think it's like 7 long, and we're on adventure 4. So over halfway through. Congratulations for making it this far. Well, it's certainly been experience for you, I guess. What did you do this weekend? Oh, I just watched some guy play a 20-year-old game. Guessing on for. I think it's 20 years old. I keep on seeing the date it was published every time I put the data in for, because you select the game that's showing on when you upload a video to YouTube, and ostensibly it helps people find it because it takes it to a page that's all about Zeus that's automatically been created. All good algorithmic stuff, you know. So employees are needed, food is needed. 2, 3, 4. That looks like all good stuff. I don't know why people haven't settled here. They're just not very enterprising. That's just what I'm going to take it as. Now what can we produce? Olive oil and wine. What do we need to do? Protect the city from the Hydra and fulfill a forthcoming quest. That involves wine and oil. I don't think there's any other resources here. So we're going to have to import the fleece, but that's fine because that's nice and cheap in this scenario. And I did a little bit of playing around, and I think one grower's lodge can service 12 trees / vines, and that produces enough for 3 presses / wineries. I also found out that you can have an entirely self-sufficient city if you have just food and import. I said financially self-supporting rather than self-sufficient. So if you import everything you need for common housing, so all your olive oil, all your fleece, and have everybody in townhouses, and have unemployment up at 50-odd%, you actually make money because your taxes are more than the wages that you're paying and the inputs you're getting. So I had this idle city where nobody worked apart from a few farmers and philosophers, actors, and gym buddies. Perhaps it was a metaphor for the modern West. I don't know. Ooh, that's that's deep. So I want you to have some olive oil, but don't go nuts. And you to have quite a bit of fleece, go a little bit nuts. There's 100 people. I'm going to immediately jump in and put a whole row of housing down here. Thinking is apparently that one of our city's strong suits. Oh, come on, game. I've only been at it for 6 months. Actually, I don't think it's even that long. The game started in April, I think. Let's stick a palace there and have a tax office there. Got all the important stuff set up as per. It's a colony where we can actually make something of it. We've been given the opportunity to have all sorts of lovely things. Cultural pursuits. In the Athenian one, every time we built a colony, we couldn't get a buff homestead. We can't build posh housing, but I guess that just suggests that yet again we're not going to be doing a military campaign. This is a very pacifistic scenario. We've not actually done any military action yet, but I've got somewhere deep in my memory, I'm fairly sure combat comes into it. So I'm going to put a Grower's Lodge here. I'd have some olive trees there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, something like that. I got bored of counting. I may as well have some for export, because I think somebody's got to buy some. You buy marble. You buy wine. You buy olive oil. Good stuff. And Tyrins buys fish, probably because they're sick to the back teeth of urchins. Urchins and boar. Pork, I guess.
Hello, my little wheel of cheese.
Oh.
I need a favor from you.
My little wheel of cheese. You've got my attention. I, Aphrodite, simply must have the golden apples of the Hesperides, which are guarded by a fierce monster. Only Hercules is capable enough to overcome the beast. If the hero fetches the apples, I'll be extremely grateful. Ooh. Right, I can build Hercules Hall right off the bat. He's probably going to want stadium access, isn't he? So we'll stick him here. Is going to want a lot of wine. Which I suppose I ought to oblige him. "61 workers needed, so let's not get carried away. But I feel I ought to have at least one olive press and one winery, and have a storehouse that deals with just excess grapes and olive oil and wine and grapes. Something else. What's am I missing? Oh, olives. I've also got to be careful because the money situation's not exactly great. And this is without the Hydra coming in. So I essentially just need to get Hercules in, and this will solve both of my problems. Although this does give me an opportunity to get some money for the home city. If I can make a profit here, and with olive oil and wine, there's no reason why I shouldn't. Well, I can't grow a whole bunch of grapes and olives. Well, maybe I can. There is quite a bit of meadow down here. But I don't want to be too great a distance between where the vineyards are and where the wineries are, for instance. So first protocol is probably food. So let's get that sorted.
Cast the net wide, mateys, but keep an eye out for Triton. We don't want to catch him.
Gahar. Something landlubber, I guess. Oh God, man, how long can it take to... Oh, look at the size of that fish. Huge. Don't know what kind of fish it is. Anybody fishing fan? Tell me what kind of fresh fish you're likely to find in Greece. Particularly the northern part of the Peloponnese. Well, the middle of it, really. Just to the north of Laconia. And we've got that problem again where we can't... we can't accept food because there's not enough people to man the granaries. It was better I think when water was the first requirement rather than food, because at least you could upgrade once. Alright, shut that down, shut that down. Right, we can at least get that going. Probably want to import some fleece, but I really don't want to. We can get people up to at least stage 3 before we have to bother with imports. And I say, I'm making these plans, but, you know, there's a Hydra on the way somewhere. I have no idea where it's going to come. It might come over here and just ruin my day. Or it might come over here and just be like a distraction. The last time I saw the Hydra was in Thebes. And in that city, it's like well out of the way. It's just all the way other side of the map. You only really need to come across it when you want to get access to the marble. Speaking of which, I can't build any sanctuaries here. Why is Bijinga you unable to accept my tribute? Well, there's not a great deal I'm going to do with it myself here, but I could have always sold it. Make sure that doesn't happen again. There we go. It's not exactly prosperous, but it'll do. How much food do we produce? 0? 1600. Make your mind up, game. There's enough stores for 2 months. That is surely not enough for 2 months. It's a paltry amount. Well, it's not a paltry amount, it's made of fish as opposed to chicken. Huh. Made of funny. Right, 2 workers are needed, so let's get everybody back into the fields again. Ah, just in time for the harvest. Nice. City doesn't have enough food, but we will have enough olive oil. And that's the important thing. So who buys the stuff? Tyrins. Tyrins is about the only place I need right now. So let's export some olive oil. Export, whatever. He's not offered me a helping hand, has he? But then again, the last mission I didn't set aside anything for the colony, so it's a miracle I managed to set up in the first place. I'm going to do it, I'm going to buy some fleece. But not a great deal. For the cost of, not 510, but about 420, something like that. It's got to be worth it, isn't it? City doesn't have enough food. I mean, it ought to. The game can't make up its mind how much food we actually produce. It's somewhere between 0 and 60, enough to feed nobody, and 1600, which is rather a major settlement in Zeus. Ah, got some unemployment. City doesn't have enough food. I know you keep saying. But the good news is we've got an export industry set up. Not too bad considering everybody's still living in huts. Where are you going?
Out of my home. What did I do to deserve this?
What did I do to deserve this? Got a very unproductive fishing station there. It's just taking them an age to catch anything. And there's no other means of food. When Nemean games begin, we'll sort those people from Nemea out. Don't think I've forgotten Nemea. Whatever it is that you did. Oh yeah, you invaded my ally. I did genuinely forget. I knew they'd done something, but I couldn't tell you what it was. See, now I've got enough for 1600 people again. The game just can't make its mind up. Right, high unemployment is a problem. But that's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, don't worry about it if you've got a job. Otherwise, you know, might be in trouble a bit. And what I might be inclined to do a bit later on is separate the olives from the grapes. Are we economically viable? Nowhere close. Although we're making more taxes than this time last year. Or indeed all of last year. But we have pretty much run out of money. So we'll stop buying fleece. It's doing that thing again where it just stores it up. I don't know who keeps telling it to do that. You know. So look at me. I just, I'm offering guidelines rather than set instructions. Also, you know, you're getting very uptight about the appeal of the area, but you live in a hovel. Just great honour has visited us today because we've won the Nemean Games. Take that, Nemea, and you blasted lion. See that you do. I don't know what I mean by see that you do. See that you do take that? I don't know if that's strictly necessary. Oh yeah, she wants me to bring Hercules in. Right, here Hercules wants some people. He wants excellent culture access. It's currently low. Excellent city-wide gymnasium access, 1,500 people in the city, and 32 amphorae of wine. This shouldn't be a problem. If I wasn't worried about being economically viable. And I'm always worried about being economically viable. What's the food situation? Still producing enough for 1,600 at the moment. Fishing is really isn't a good way to get your food, is it? It's so flaky. Unless I'm supposed to build fishing docks all down here as well. Or do they wait for the man to get back before they send... No. I keep saying this city doesn't have enough food. I don't believe you. Having said that, we've got 800 people now, and I didn't realise there was quite that many people. And 32% of which are unemployed. So I'll build a winery, because now it's probably a good time to start getting Hercules drunk. Presumably I've got somewhere to store the wine, because he wants a lot of it. And I'm storing quite a bit of olive oil myself. At the moment I'm not entirely sure why. I'd much rather sell it at the moment. So just don't accept it. Just for the time being. Just so I'm not hovering around low three-figure sums from the drachmas. 194. Hasn't changed all that much. City doesn't have enough food. Good, I've got some marble. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Who buys it? Lucis. Is it worth it? How much does it cost? 240. I don't know actually. Maybe not this year. I'll probably build one next year. Oh, the industry's shut down, isn't it? Whoops. Right, I think that's reasonably flourishing. Those olive presses have been pretty much productive all year round. Although I don't like how... It doesn't look very organised, does it? If I was to expand, I could probably do something similar up in this direction. But I'm mixing my olives and my grapes. And it's it doesn't look good. I'll look at this instead. This is nice and neat. That straight line, you could mark a line with a ruler against it. Or you could use this row of houses as a ruler. If you're an Olympian god, I guess. It's the right sort of scale for you. Right, how much does a stadium cost? It's 500. I could stretch to that. So we've got the M4A. They have low cultural. It has low cultural access because there's no theatre. We can also fix that as well. The culture vulture. This is Hercules. I might have a separate container for wine. You just get the wine. Get all of the wine. Do not pass go. Do not collect £200. It looks like we produce more olives than we strictly need to. Well, we can afford to have another olive press in, is what I'm fundamentally saying. Unless that was the year, that was a surplus to keep the presses working all year round. Ooh, we should stand a chance. We've just put the theatre in.
Has anyone seen my spear?
Oh, I got to 1,000 people. That should mean that desirability is not a problem for these people. Oh, look at all those grapes coming in. That looks delightful. See, you don't need a great deal of vines to actually do... Because what I used to do was, I would have covered this whole area in vines and olive trees. But if you look, out of... No, I think there's about 12 trees there and probably about 16 vines. We're making plenty. In fact, I am tempted, but I'm going to stop that temptation right now to start selling the wine. I focus instead on getting Hercules in the city. How much oil do we sell? We've got the unemployment to expand our oil industry. Stick a growers lodge there and stick a few more grapevines. Something like... No, not grapevines. What am I talking about? Uproot that and do it again. Oh, our brilliant and versatile actors have won the Pythian Games, taking the crown of Bay Leaves. That's what I like about early game. You do tend to do really well in the games that take place, because I think your success is best based on how your population divided by the number of like actors or philosophers or something like that. So you can win in a later game, but you need to have a lot more theatres and a lot more podiums. Pretty sure that's how it's worked out. Well, that looks clunky, a bit of a mess, but I guess it has the feel of a proper industrial district. And you'll notice that food suppliers are stabilised. Now, if I get all these people up to some really quite nice housing, will that be enough to satisfy Hercules? As in, is there enough people in this block of housing to bring it up to 1500? I think so, because there's another 2 levels I can bring it up. And they still want some wine. And they still only got good access to culture. Why? He's got competitors, he's got actors, he's got athletes. He's not got philosophers. Forgotten the philosophers. Not quite sure where to put the college. I wonder if I could stick it... Yeah... Not really. That's a bit far out, man. But I guess it's better than trying to work out a stable plan for the future. I'll just go for the present. Right, everybody's moving out because I'm not buying any fleece. Or is it food? Something's upset them. Fine.
I need more supplies from the Agora. My customers
Water?
are so demanding.
What's the water carriers doing, and why are they getting it wrong? They're just not bothering to go around this side. Or they're getting to here and then just turning around again. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't turn around there. Oh, have I done something wrong somewhere? Some malevolent god punishing me. Try it again, and this time do it right. It's fine. I wonder if Mount Milia can give me something in return. What can Mount Milia give me? Bronze and wood. That's no good to me. Either of them, really. That does remind me to get some fleece in. Probably up it to 10. And I am going to have a trading post somewhere that just exports marble. To Eleusis. And I just hope that I don't actually need that marble for anything else. Or that, what's his name, finds out what I'm doing with it. Lemnos. Actually, it doesn't matter to him. It's my tribute. I can do with it as I want. Yeah, sell it all. I don't care. And that should give me enough to set up a domestic supply of olive oil, because then I'll not be worried so much about trying to sell everything that I produce. Huh. I wonder why the Growers Lodge hasn't collapsed. Perhaps it can't. No, it can. So why hasn't it? Perhaps it's just a sturdier structure, I guess. That flimsy-looking shack there is more sturdy than this rather it's rather fancy-looking building. Fine. Everybody's after my wine. So I'm going to stop selling it and start using it. Once I click on the right button, third time's the charm. It's not like I've not played this game before. Selected trading pier, granary, and finally, oil vendor. I mean, despite all these requests, we are making headway with the wine production. We've used much too little food. I don't believe you, game. It's just you just seem to be making it up on the fly. The Department of Agriculture is basically thinking up a number. We've got I don't know, enough for 800, enough for 600, whatever. Who's got to count fish? There and there. Hopefully that's not too far. Oh, we won't cross the bridge. That is a bridge too far. It really is as well, because it's having to go all the way over there. I'm surprised these haven't collapsed. Oh great, Bajingo, good news around. Our city's contestants won the Olympian Games and been awarded an olive wreath crown, and we're going to host it next year. And hopefully by then we'll have Hercules, and he'll do wonders for our gold medal count. You'd hope anyway. Right. I think I see the problem. They kind of get stuck in this unloading animation until the chap gets back from the granary, because the granary is so far away. So what I might do is move... Is there space for it? There's not really space for it. What I was going to do is move the marble warehouse over there and build another granary closer to the docks. Or I guess what I could do is stick a granary here. You just accept, and you get. Also get some urchins if you happen upon them.
More olive oil coming right up.
Good man, he's walking quite a way to get them. And look at that, I'm on townhouses. This is marvellous. I didn't even notice, and I usually like watching the houses crop up. So we've got 1480 and housing for 8 more. That's not good enough, game. And you know it. I might as well stick a third. It seems a bit wasted there. When this bit's the problem area. Let's first stick a park in. A park there and a couple of benches. I mean, how can you be so close to a commemorative monument and be worried about the appeal? I mean, you are next to the stadium, but if anything, that should be a premium. The city doesn't have enough food. It's got plenty of food, it's just on the way. Oh wait, there's space for a house there. I already have too many workers and not enough food. But apart from that, everything's fine. I'll probably start selling some excess. I'm feeling rather quite pleased about this. It's a very compact city. There's got this whole sort of area here. But then again, I tend to produce compact cities in Zeus. I very seldom do ones that spread themselves out. 1500, and we're halfway there with the wine. Come on, people, wine faster. What do you do with wine? Press it? Distill it? Ferment it? I guess you ferment it, but there must be some specialist process, and it's just escaping my mind at the moment. Looks like I can afford to have another winery.
If only they had been invited to a barking revelry or a feast of pan or Aphrodite.
Oh, we've got everything apart from the wine. And what feels like much quicker than usual. It seems we've got everything wrapped up. I'll say that, the Hydra's not arrived yet. It could all still go wrong. I'm looking at this area here could be very tenuous. There's still a lot of unemployed people, so let's get them to work in the fields. A couple more growers' lodges will have some wine on this side and some olive trees on this side. Then we can probably turn this. Have some olive presses this side and some wineries this side. Probably not. This is probably a terribly inefficient way of going about it, but I don't know. One of the beauties of this game over, say, Pharaoh or something, is it really allows you to just not worry about having your city interconnected into something nicer, I guess. If this was Pharaoh, I'd have to have the industry over here. I'd have to have the wine presses over here and hope that the grapes go from here to there fast enough. Which I guess kind of makes sense. I mean, I do like Pharaoh's system because it stops you from having... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Quick, press faster. I need that wine. I need 10 wine before the Hydra gets any ideas. And that storage is awfully close. But yeah, I'm saying, what I quite liked about it is that, you know, you couldn't just have, say, your housing over here and then some industry over here and then unconnected some industry over here. I mean, you could do, but you'd have to have housing next to it. Well, quite fancy our chances. Having said that, the population has gone up, and that we've produced enough food for 2,400 people now. But you wouldn't believe it. It looks like the Hydra is just leaving us be. I think Hercules ends up burying their cut off number of heads, and the ones that remain end up burying them in the earth. So they don't grow back, but the Hydra kind of suffocates. I think that's how he gets the... Tiryns loves you! Though you are far away from us by Jingo, everyone in our parent city of Tiryns agrees we think the world of you. I, Eurystheus, am proud to be your deputy. Oh, lovely. Everybody loves me. It must be because I keep winning these games. Now, how can I take advantage of their good nature? I can't really. Unless Lemnos could give me some urchins. I mean, I'm fine because I produce enough, but it's nice to have a stockpile, you know, just in case. Go on, people, wine faster. We only need another 5. It looks like the harvest's about due. And I'm seeing a couple of empty wineries, but like I said, harvest is due. Just need another 4 now. And you've got 1 grape stored, 1 grape stored. There's 3. quite exciting stuff, this. And we made our money back. Look at that, 5,400. I wonder how much of that is from selling marble that I don't produce. Essentially taking advantage of my vassal status. I will move the marble place to here, so he's not wandering through the city. Although I'll wait until he gets there, because I've got a feeling if I delete the storehouse while he's on the journey, he'll just disappear. Oh, our philosophers have won the Isthmian Games, and tired of winning. 18 creels of urchins. Who knew that urchins came in creels? Oh, that's very prosperous. Much obliged, Lernos. Well, what else can people do for me? Armour, olive oil, wine. I guess I could have requested some wine from him. Might have made this speedy mission go even quicker. I said that last time. Hold that thought. We could take some bronze, sure. I don't know what we're going to do with it. I can't turn it into sculptures, but we can hold on to it. I don't think we could even sell it, can we? But it'd just be rude to say no. It's nice of Mount Pelion to send us some of their bronze. We've actually got more money now than we set out with. Ah. Send for Hercules. All that wine's gone. But it does mean... Thank you. We can sell it. Now who buys it? Mount Melia... pretty much Mount Melia by the looks of it. Oh! Of course the centaurs will buy wine. And they're pretty much identical. I'll sell to the centaurs, get them drunk. The two mountains, Mount Melia and Mount Pelion, want wine. Right, now to really crank up the cash. We're exporting olive oil, we're exporting... Oh, I forgot to accept the stuff then. Well, that could have ended badly.
I am Hercules, and am ready for a challenge. What have you got?
I hope it's something worthy of the strongest man alive. Well, you say strongest man. You're kind of cheating because you are like a demigod, aren't you?
This city is unsurpassed.
Thank you, Hercules, old buddy, old pal. You can walk on water as well. That's, well, thank you. That is immediately going into... Yeah, he walked on water without even using a raft. Let's immediately go into the storage station. And he's not bothering with crossing the road. Oh no, that's for mere mortals, that is. He's going to use a raft. And he's going to stand there quite valiantly. Here we go, here's the fight scene we've all been waiting for. Oh, good stuff. Go on, you're drawing this out a bit. Get it done. There we go. Hydra has been slain and your people are rejoicing. Don't rejoice, get back to work. We've got wine to make. Lots and lots of wine. I mean, I should just send him off now to retrieve the apple of the Hesperides. But I would quite like to get at least one shipment of wine out. Just so I'm not totally bankrupt in the next city. That'd be nice. Thanking you. Stick them straight in the trading station. And perhaps got room for another winery, looks like. What a lovely stable city. 5-9 athlete monument there. Cheer them people up. And a scholar monument there. See, even though those people were impressed. You can hear some applause as I was placing these commemorative monuments. You seem a trifle excessive. There's 5 for quite a small settlement. And what a compact settlement it is. Can't even put any walls around it. Not that I'd want to. I've got the wall of Hercules. At least for the time being, before it goes off and does something else. Well, those urchins did the job. People are eating the urchins, and while they were doing that, I built up a stash of fish. Oh, good stuff. Just another few months, just to... Oh! New Year games begin. Hope we do well. So, I don't know what the problem with this place was. There was a mystery around it. We killed a Hydra. Job done. And, probably ought to bring it to a close. Dispatch Hercules. Off you go.
This city is unsurpassed.
Pricing keeps increased for urchin. Oh, I'm glad I bought when I did. I should have sold them now rather than eating them. Should have played the urchin market. Buy low, sell high. It's easy. Honestly, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this bronze. I can't fashion them into weapons, and I can't fashion them into sculptures. And I can't sell them. So, you know, thanks, Mount Pelion. It's awfully kind of you, but much more prefer the money that you're giving me for the wine. So much money, so much wine.
Hercules
And
has
here we go.
removed the hideous blemish that defaced Lerna. The Hydra has been dispatched, and the shores are now safe. Aphrodite smiles this day, for she has the golden apples of the Hesperides in her clutches.
What she's going to do with it? You don't know. Ooh. In fact, I don't know. I can't remember. But probably something untoward.